The dark void usually offers silence. You prefer it that way. It lets you think. It lets you ignore the fact that the coffee machine is broken again. But today the silence feels heavy. You sit in the command chair. The leather creaks under your weight. You scan the main viewport. There is nothing but distant stars. They look cold and uncaring. Then the sensors flicker. You tap the glass. Maybe it is just a glitch. It happens with old ships. But the flicker returns. It has a rhythm. A low hum starts in the floor. It vibrates through your boots. It travels up your spine. This is not the engine. The engine purrs like a cat. This sound is deeper. It feels like the hull itself is shivering. You check the readouts. Energy levels are spiking. But the source is external. It comes from everywhere at once. The stars seem to dim. The darkness between them grows thicker. You hold your breath. The hum grows louder. It sounds like a whisper. You stand up slowly. You move toward the forward viewport. The glass is thick. It's made to withstand meteors. But now it looks fragile. The blackness outside swirls. It's not empty space anymore. Something is moving out there. The whisper inside your head gets clearer. It's not words yet. It's just a feeling. A feeling of being watched. You grip the railing. Your knuckles turn white. The ship groans. The forward mirrors flash. You blink. The reflection should be the flight deck. It should show your worried face. It should show the blinking lights of the console. But it does not. The glass ripples like water. Colors swirl across the surface. They are colors you cannot name. They defy standard optics. You stare into the glass. The reflection pulls at you. It tugs at your mind. It feels like gravity. You take a step back. The swirling patterns speed up. They form shapes. You see twisting towers. You see vast oceans of light. These are not places you know. They are not on any star chart. You feel the sudden urge. You want to touch the glass. It is a dangerous thought. You shake your head to clear it. The pull remains strong. It's like a hook in your chest. You look away from the mirror. You look at your hands. They look normal. But the air around you feels charged. Static electricity raises the hair on your arms. You look back at the mirror. The shapes are clearer now. They look like a map. But the scale is wrong. It shows galaxies as small stones. It shows the void as a solid thing. You realize something terrifying. The mirror is not reflecting the room. It is reflecting somewhere else. A chime sounds from the dashboard. It startles you. You jump. You almost drop your datapad. The main computer has woken up. This is unexpected. You did not touch anything. The screen glows with amber text. It is scrolling fast. You lean in to read it. It is an old code, a very old code. It is a protocol from the first days of flight. The ship core begins to sing. It is a harmonious sound. It sounds like a restless choir. The lights in the cabin dim. They pulse in time with the sound. You read the text on the screen. It is asking for input, but it's not asking for a password. It's asking for a name. It's not your name. It's a name from a legend. The text flashes. It waits for your answer. You type in a command. The system rejects it. You try to bypass the lock. The screen turns red. A riddle appears. It asks about the nature of light. It asks what lies behind a reflection. You pause. You think about the swirling mirror. You think about the whisper. You type a new answer. You type the word for silence. The screen turns green. The humming grows louder. A voice fills the room. It does not come from the speakers. It comes from the mirror deck. The voice is soft. It is metallic yet warm. It calls out a title. It is a title you have forgotten. You have not heard it since childhood. Your heart beats faster. The tone is familiar. It sounds like a lullaby your mother hummed, but she never left Earth. You walk toward the sound. The mirror surface is calm now. The swirling colors have stopped. A face forms in the glass. It is vague. It is made of light and shadow. The lips move. The voice speaks again. It welcomes you home. You feel a strange comfort. The fear melts away. You ask who is speaking. The face smiles. It says it is the memory of the stars. You ask what it wants. The voice laughs softly. It says it wants nothing. It only wants to show you the way. The way to where? You ask the question aloud. The face fades. The mirror surface changes again. It becomes a window, but not to space. It shows a path made of light. The mirrors shift. They tilt on their axis. The room fills with projections. A map unfolds in the air. It is vast. It spans the entire flight deck. You walk through it. Glowing lines pulse like veins. They connect distant points of light. You recognize some stars. Most are unknown. They lie in the deep dark, the unmapped zones. One line glows brighter. It pulses with a red hue. It points to a sector near the rim. You check your nav computer. That sector is empty. The charts say nothing is there. But the light map disagrees. It shows a massive cluster, a convergence of energy. The voice whispers again. It tells you to look closer. You zoom in on the projection. The destination is a beacon. It is not a planet. It is not a star. It is a construct, a massive object waiting in the dark. You feel a chill. This was not built by us. It was not built by any known race. It is ancient. The map shows currents flowing toward it. Starborn currents. They are invisible to normal sensors, but the mirrors see them. They see the flow of the galaxy. You notice shadows on the map. They are behind the bright threads. You squint to see them. They are silhouettes. They look like ships, but they are not modern ships. They are huge. They are jagged. They look like floating mountains. You realize what they are. They are the forgotten fleet, the ships lost during the Great Expansion. You walk through the hologram. You reach out to touch a hull. Your hand passes through the light. The detail is incredible. You see the blast marks. You see the scars of old battles. But there is something else. The hulls are covered in silver. They are covered in the same mirror patterns, the patterns on your own viewport. These ships did not just vanish. They were taken, or they went willingly. You ask the voice about them. The map flickers, the silhouettes glow. The voice says they are the guardians. They guard the path. You ask if they are alive. The voice does not answer. You feel a weight in your stomach. Finding lost ships is good. Finding ghost ships is complicated. It usually involves more paperwork. You try to joke, but your hands are shaking. A new sound joins the hum. It is a chorus. It sounds like many voices speaking at once. They are the elder ones. You have heard rumors of them. Every spacer has. They are the ghosts in the machine. They are the shadows in the warp. Now they are in your flight deck. They whisper promises. They offer aid. They say they can guide you. But there is a price. There is always a price. They want a memory. They want your deepest memory. You hesitate. You protect your memories. They are all you have out here. The chorus presses closer. The sound is inside your ears. It is not painful. It is just heavy. It feels like the weight of centuries. They want to know why you travel. They want to know what you fear. You close your eyes. You think of home. You think of the rain. You think of the day you left. The chorus hums in approval. They feed on the emotion. They taste the nostalgia. You feel a part of you slip away. It is a strange sensation, like forgetting a dream. But the voices recede. They are satisfied. The map brightens. The path is clear. A corridor opens in the room. It is not made of metal. It is made of pure light. It cuts through the hologram. It leads toward the main airlock. The airlock is closed. But the light passes through it. The voice invites you to step in. It invites you to step into the brilliance. You look back at the mirrors. They are dimming. They look sad. You realize something. The mirrors are alive in a way. They are the eyes of the ship. They are losing their connection. If you leave, they go blind. But the corridor pulls you. It promises answers. It promises the unknown. You check your oxygen supply. It is full. You check your sidearm. It is loaded. Not that bullets hurt light. You take a step toward the corridor. The air feels warm. It smells like ozone. It smells like a storm. You look at your console one last time. The flashing lights seem distant. The ship feels small. You are about to leave it behind. You are about to step off the edge of the map. It is terrifying. It is exhilarating. It is why you signed up. The voice stops you. It says there is one more step. You must create silence. The ship heartbeat must stop. You must cut the power. You stare at the emergency shutoff. That is suicide. Without power, the life support fails. The heat fails. You will freeze. The voice insists. It says the noise blocks the gate. You must be silent to enter. You stand by the lever. Your hand hovers over it. You trust the voice? You barely know it. But the map was real. The fleet was real. You take a deep breath. You grip the cold metal. You pull the lever down. The lights die. The hum dies. The fans stop spinning. The silence is instant. It is absolute. You hear your own blood. You hear the thump of your heart. It sounds like a drum. Your breath is loud. It rasps in your throat. The cold creeps in. It starts at your feet. It moves up your legs. The darkness is total. Except for the corridor. The light is brighter now. It is the only thing in the universe. You walk toward it. Your boots clank on the deck. The airlock opens. It does not slide. It dissolves. The metal turns to mist. You step through. You are not in the void. You are in a vortex of mirrored light. Colors swirl around you. They are bright like a sunrise. They shift like alien seas. You float. There is no gravity here. There is only the flow. You look down. You see your reflection. It is fractured. It is in 1,000 pieces. Each piece shows a different version of you. One is old. One is young. One is crying. One is laughing. You look away. It's too much to see. You feel eyes on you. Countless unseen eyes. They watch from the light. They judge your worth. You drift forward. The current carries you. You do not need to walk. You do not need to swim. You just exist. The light feels like water. It ripples against your skin. It does not burn. It soothes. You feel a sense of peace. The fear is gone. The cold is gone. You are part of the stream. You are starborn. The light breaks. You land on solid ground. You stumble. You catch your balance. You look up. You are on a planet, but not a rock planet. The ground is glass. The towers are glass. They stretch endlessly upward. They hum with the soft tone, the same tone as your ship, but here it is a symphony. The sky is purple. Clouds of crystal float by. The air is sweet. It tastes like distant rain. It tastes like memory. You take a deep breath. It fills your lungs. You feel lighter here. The gravity is low. You walk toward the nearest tower. It glows from within. You sense a greeting. It is ancient. It is welcoming. You touch the tower. The surface is warm. It pulses under your hand. A vibration travels up your arm. It carries information. You see images in your mind. You see the history of this place. You see the builders. They were beings of light. They built this to store the stars. They built this to keep the currents flowing. A form approaches. It is a crystal entity. It walks on legs of light. It has no face, but it has a presence. It offers you a hand. You take it. The contact sparks. You gasp. Knowledge floods your mind. You see the starborn currents. You see how they bind galaxies. You see the hidden highways. The entity speaks. It does not use words. It uses thought. It tells you the secret. The universe is a mirror. Everything reflects everything else. To travel far, you must look within. You understand now. The drive was never an engine. The drive was focus. The entity offers a gift. It is a map of the entire web. It asks for one thing in return. You must carry the story. You must tell your world. You must tell them. The mirrors whisper. You nod. It is a fair trade. You have the map. You have the truth. The entity releases your hand. It steps back. It points to the vortex. It is time to go. The lesson is learned. You turn around. The vortex spins, waiting. The glass towers hum a farewell. You feel a pang of sadness. You want to stay. This place is perfect, but it is not home. You have a job to do. You have a coffee machine to fix. You step back into the light. The colors wrap around you. The pull is gentle this time. The mirror's close behind you. You hear a soft sigh. It is the sound of a closing door. You land on your flight deck. You stumble again. The gravity returns. It feels heavy. The cold is gone. The lights flicker on. The power is back. The emergency lever is up. You did not touch it. The ship did it. The hull hums anew. It is a happy sound. It echoes the gift you received. You check the nav computer. The map is there. It is real. The secret paths are marked. You smile. You rub your eyes. Was it a dream? You look at your hand. It still tingles. It is not a dream. You sit in the chair. Your crew enters. They look confused. They ask what happened. They saw the lights. They felt the hum. You tell them to sit down. You tell them to record. You start to speak. You tell them about the glass. You tell them about the currents. They listen in silence. They look at the screen. The new data is there. The mirrors on the wall remain silent. They reflect the room. They reflect the crew. But every night they change. You catch them out of the corner of your eye. They reflect a faint glow, a hopeful glow. They remind you of the promise. They remind you of the city. You know you can go back. Someday. You set a course. You aim for the uncharted rim. The stars ahead look different now. They do not look cold. They seem to smile. They invite you forward. You engage the drive. The ship leaps. You are writing a legend. Humanity is writing a legend. The void is not empty. It is full of whispers. And now you know how to listen.